Welcome back to part 4 of the W204 transformation series. Just when we thought we were in the clear, we hit a serious setback. So, after taking the car out of the garage, it stalled not once, not twice, but 3 times on my way home. Luckily, I managed to get it back, but the next morning things got worse. The car overheated and started steaming under the bonnet. That's when I decided to take it back to New Model Auto on a flatbed. And it's a good thing I did. As you can see, the oil was leaking out during transport. Driving it like this could have been a disaster, possibly even leading to engine damage or a full-on engine knock. So in today's episode, we are diving back in, getting the W204 the care it needs to handle this latest issue. Let's get into it and see how we tackle this unexpected challenge. The first thing the mechanic did was to check the pressure in the cooling system. He connected a pressure pump to the expansion tank, which is essential for diagnosing any potential leaks or a weakness in the system. So by pressurizing the system, he can quickly identify if there is a drop in pressure, which would indicate a leak somewhere in the pipes. So if there is a loss of pressure, it meant the coolant could be escaping, causing the overheating issue and potentially leading to serious engine damage. With this test, we are able to pinpoint exactly where the problem lies and prevent further issues before we move forward with repairs. With the pressure test confirming an issue, the next step was to dive deeper, starting with removing the head gasket. So the head gasket sits between the engine block and the cylinder head, sealing in the engine's coolant and oil, and maintaining the compression between for smooth operation. Over time, the gasket usually wears out or develops cracks, especially under high temperatures. This can lead to coolant or oil leaks, which could explain the overheating and oil leakage we have been seeing. By removing the gasket, the mechanic can inspect it closely for any damage or signs of failure. If the gasket isn't fully intact, it could be the root cause of our problems and will definitely need replacing. With the gasket out, we are one step closer to identifying exactly what went wrong and getting this W204 back on track. With the head gasket removed and replaced, the mechanic moves on to flush the old coolant, which was water, from the expansion tank. This step is essential, especially since any old or contaminated coolant can reduce the cooling system efficiency, potentially causing the engine to overheat. So guys, I'm here at a New Model Auto. So I think the clips before this you'll have seen. I have gone, had a meeting with the mechanic, and he has updated me on what exactly they are doing and where they've reached so far. So, gosh, I don't know. I think it's a part of this job. So what the mechanic is saying is, okay, I don't know if I told you guys that I brought the car here because it had an issue with overheating. So it was overheating, and one evening when I was going home, it switched itself off 3 times. So the first time it switched itself, and then I parked. It was in the middle of the road, but good luck is that time there were not many cars. So after a while I did start it, and then I proceeded to get home. But luckily I was almost, gosh, there's a car that is banging music. And Mazda guys, Mazda people, yeah. Anyway, so the car switched itself off 3 times, so that is definitely a warning. It's the car protecting itself, mostly the engine. And then the next time, the following morning, I had the issue kind of sorted out. So still it was having the overheating issue, so that's why I brought it here at New Model Auto. So what they have to do, so they had to change the oil cooler because the oil was leaking, as you guys saw when the car was being brought in the flatbed. So that was sorted out. Now the other thing, now to sort the heating issue, they had to open up the engine, so the cylinder head, and that is where now my problems begin. So they've opened up the head. So what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to take to the color singer, and they're supposed to wait. So I think I'll insert the videos of him explaining. So the black circles that you see, using layman's language, are supposed to be flat, but you can't tell if they're flat by touching or looking at them. So what they do is they take the head to color singer. So they use a machine to wait and see if the circles, using simple terms, the circles are flat. So if they are not flat, they chonga. Chonga is it grinding? Anyway, they chonga. I don't know the term for it. So they chonga and make sure that it is flat. So after that is done, definitely we have to replace the gasket, the head gasket. That's not an issue per se. So the only thing that I have to do is I have to get a genuine head gasket for the replacement. Now here is the disturbing bit. They do not know the extent of their overheating, so they will only know that when they are putting back the head cylinder. And there are some bolts that I did share with you guys. I'm using my hand as a tripod, so that's why I'm a bit shaky. So there are those bolts that are supposed to be screwed in the holes on top of the cylinder head, on top of the joining the bottom part of the engine and now the head part. So the guy was saying if the extent of the heating was too much, the threads of the aluminium will have burnt. So that means I'll have to buy another block or slim engine. And then I know I should pray, because I am going to pray. And definitely that is not going to be my portion. So the other option is, now if they return the bolts and the bolts fit in right well, so that will be the end of my issues. So I am praying that those bolts, when they are being put, because he's saying that they are supposed to, there's a point where the bolts are supposed to reach. So using the drench, I think it's the drench, something like that. I'll look for the right term and put it here. I should not be guessing the words. Anyway, so there's a point where the bolt is supposed to reach. So when they are screwing back the head, if it passes that point and it keeps going, it means that the threads are not there, they've burnt. And the thing is, it is aluminium, the engine is aluminium. So he has said if the threads have overheated and they are burnt, so it's like they melted, it means that there's nothing else that can be done. So that is buying another block, equivalent to buying a slim engine, because you'll be buying like half the part of the engine, because now we have the lower part and the upper part. So the lower part is the one that you're going to be buying, so that is the block for the slim engine. Now the stress is here. Here is where the stress comes. This is at a W204. The engines are not cheap, so the slim engine in itself is not going to be a cheap affair, because he's saying we are talking about around 300-400k, and that depends on where you're getting it from. So if you're importing from Dubai, maybe the prices are going to be a little bit cheaper, but definitely this is not something that is going to be less than 100k for this part. So you understand why I'm saying, like, I will pray for those bolts for the threads to be there, so that the bolts can reach where they're supposed to be. So that's the progress so far. It is now I will not know until tomorrow. Today is on Wednesday, the 3rd. So tomorrow is Thursday. So I'll be able to know about the whole thing tomorrow. So I'll be able to know about this whole thing. I'll be able to know my fate tomorrow. And the guy even made a joke about it. He's like, by the way, kesho ukiona nikikupigia simu juu hapa kumenunga. So I was like, please, I hope that I do not get his phone call, because then I'll be shitting bricks. Sorry for my language, but I don't know. It's a stressing thing, because now I'm supposed to be selling off this car so that I can be able to be using now the other one. So I'm wondering, so if I'm selling this one and I might be buying an engine for the other one. Now I don't know. So this is part of salvage adventures. So I thought I'll be real and candid with you, because it's not all the time that things go your way. Yes, and so far, like for this car, it has been an expensive repair, and some of the things could have been avoided, but it just goes with the job. So for now, this is where we at. So I'll give you an update tomorrow, hopefully. So if you see my update tomorrow, know that things went well. So if you don't see my update, so I guess this is where the video will end for this particular point, because I don't think I'm ready to be spending like more than 100k to be buying an engine, to be honest, at this particular point. So let me go sit down and think about what I'm going to do. My next step, if the worst comes to worst, at least I'll be prepared. But for now, I guess that is all the updates I have for you guys. See you, bye. I'm here and things went really well. So let's continue with the repairs. Next, the mechanic replaces the tensioner, which plays a critical role in keeping the engine's belt tight and aligned. If the tensioner isn't functioning properly, the belt could slip or lose tension, affecting crucial components like the alternator, power steering, and even the water pump that circulates the coolant. By replacing the tensioner, we ensure that the belt remains secure and that the cooling system operates smoothly. These steps are all part of making sure the W204 is ready for a reliable and efficient return to the road. I'm feeling way too low to start this night, but I wanna get to your bash. Last night you tried to make me angry, yeah, but this time I get you mad. Oh, don't need apologies enough for this. I'm burning for you. Can't get enough of the weekend. I wanna seize the night like a candle. Next up, in our W204 transformation, we are tackling the gears and timing belt. These components are essential for synchronizing the engine's movements and keeping everything running smoothly. The timing belt is responsible for coordinating the rotation of the crankshaft and the camshaft, which ensures that the engine's valves open and close at the right intervals. Over time, timing belts can wear out, and if they break, they can lead to serious engine damage.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe. Striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. The summer night, the summer night. Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We never need a plan. We'll be alright, just you and I. Singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside. Gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. The summer night, the summer night. The summer night, the summer night. Someday we will look back, and our hearts will be whole again. I want to remember all that happened to us. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. The summer night, the summer night. Into us. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. The summer night, the summer night. The summer night into us. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. The summer night, the summer night. The summer night, the summer night. Oh, the summer nights.
We did replace the timing belt, and this will prevent costly repairs down the road, keeping the engine running efficiently and helping it reach its full performance potential. Along with the belt, the gears, which are crucial for smooth power transfer within the engine, were also replaced since they were worn out, and this usually caused timing issue, and therefore it reduced efficiency and put a strain on the engine. With the new belt and gears in place, we are ensuring that the engine's timing is spot on. This means improved fuel efficiency, reduced risk of misfires, and an overall smoother ride. By addressing these key components, we are not only making sure that the W204 runs like new, but also laying the foundation for a reliable, high-performance drive. I told you guys that if we get to hear from me that everything went well. So now what we are trying to do is change the gears, and I'm currently at the garage and the guys have opened up the engine head. So what we are trying to do is we had to get new pairs, because they are pairs, there are two. So we had to get a pair of the engines, and that is what they are currently working on. So afterwards, I think after they are done, we are going to do like a test drive and get to see if the engines did for sure, the gears, if the gears did work, and also there is also a few sensors that we're going to be changing. So I'll keep you guys posted, but so far the progress is good, and we are moving on swiftly. So I'll keep you guys posted. guys, quick update. I did manage to pick up the car from New Model Auto, and I have been using it for a couple of weeks now, and I can confirm I have not experienced any overheating issues so far. So I can confidently say that that issue is sorted out, and so far I have been cruising on nicely. Definitely feeling the upgrade. You can definitely feel the difference between the W203 and the W204. There's a huge difference for sure, because I have only been using the cars that I've had were W203, so the W204, you can definitely feel the upgrade. And that marks the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you did enjoy it, share it with your friends, and make sure you hit the subscribe button below.